dairy. To me, it sounds as if I would say I like two things that seem to be important in dairy. One is the crave for proteins, and then the second one would be Kuzma again. Am I right, or anything else you'd highlight?
Yeah, you're bang on, JP. I would say, the dairy sector is riding this wave of protein, this protein craze. I, for one, I love protein, so I'm on this craze as well. Uh, and consumers are demanding more of this. And so this is, high protein dairy products, and they're willing to pay more for them. So this is really a trend that's reshaping the market. And this is happening. What's really interesting is this is happening despite a slowing population. Usually population growth is what really drives sales, but we're seeing this protein craze even in the absence of a growing population in Canada. And to give you a kind of a sense of how much this has impacted the dairy sector, I'm going to pick two commodities, yogurt and ice cream. Year over year, consumption of yogurt jumped from 1.3% to 8.1%. For ice cream, it went from 1.2 to 5.9. So we're seeing that it's having a huge impact on consumption of protein products. And as well, it's not just traditional dairy. Food manufacturers are actually adding protein to all sorts of products, waffles, Pop-Tarts, and even Doritos. So I think this is what really opens up opportunities for whey protein as an ingredient in some non-dairy or non-traditional dairy foods as well. So what's happening is because of this craze, more milk boards are having to restructure their pool pricing for milk. And so, you can see on the chart that's coming on the screen here, there's a higher dollar value being placed on a higher protein. So you want to increase the protein and lower the butter fat. And so this will drive additional revenues for producers, which will then also lead to higher margins. And so this is an example in the Western pool. In the Eastern Canada as well, the pool would be following something very similar. So this is really a good news story for producers and gives them the opportunity to increase revenues and lead to higher margins.
Do you want to talk a little bit about Kuzma? I mean, it's hard to speculate, right? I mean, it's because it'll be speculation. Like we don't know the outcome of like Kuzma. Two things can happen, right? There's like a review that needs to be delivered July 1st. At that point, the agreement, the existing agreement can be extended another 14 years, I believe, or 16 years or 14, I believe, 2042. So that'd be 16. You get the idea. Or, you go from year to year with the prospect of seeing it kind of just being dismantled over a 10-year period. So bottom line is any speculation is what it is. That's speculation, but what else can we say? I mean, like potentially the US, kind of just thinking about market access, like how can they fit in more exports would be perhaps the one thing that would be to keep in mind.
Yeah. So a lot of uncertainty still exists with Kuzma. I think the one thing that I did look into was the U.S. Trade Office sent a report to Congress that provided some guidance on really what are the main sticking points with the current Kuzma. And so while there were many stakeholders that were like supportive of the agreement, wanted extended, there were some concerns, and specific to dairy, there was about market access. And what I think really caught my attention was that it was referencing the commitments negotiated under the current Kuzma agreement. So at the surface, it sounds like the U.S. is more, the sticking point is the current Kuzma agreement and the market access, the tariff rate quota access they have, and maybe looking to refine that to benefit U.S. Producers a little bit more. So it doesn't look like on the surface that it's going to be major changes based on what I've read, while being mindful that President Trump does love tariffs and things can change on a whim. But on the surface, it looks like more that existing Kuzma and the market access that was negotiated under that agreement.
And that domestic demand going up or trending up is a real positive for sure in a context of zero or almost zero, near zero population growth in Canada. So